chant 3 times Omkara. Om. 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 I welcome all of you for today's session of Purna Yoga. What is the context of Purna Yoga? There are many students who are studying Vedanta with me. Is my voice audible to all? Okay. Voice is audible to all. There are many students studying Vedanta. I have given them Nididhyasa practices. They requested some practices for purification and silence of the mind. So that's where I structured this course called Purna Yoga. I'll start the presentation. Then I'll give practices. I'll make you go through practices. So at the end of the session, I'll answer all the questions. You can type your questions on the chat box. Freeze James. Not very able to because 100 region lucky. iPhone 13 is saying 100. So the Purna Yoga Darshana, this is Atma Darshana Kriya Level 1 program. I welcome all of you. What is this Purna Yoga based on? Purna Yoga is based on teachings of Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra. The essential message of Bhagavad Gita is Tattvamasi, you are that, you are divine. To realize Aham Brahmasmi, I am infinite self, is the message of Bhagavad Gita. The same message appears in the Bible and even Sufi sayings. So what is this Purna Yoga? Bhagavad Gita has two messages. Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. The summary of Bhagavad Gita is given as Brahma Vidya Yoga Shastra at the end of every chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What is Brahma Vidya? Brahma Vidya is science of consciousness, the pure science that I am Brahman. It's a Jnana Yoga. Yoga Shastra is a technology of consciousness. How do I apply it in my life? For example, the Newton discovered gravitational force. The technology is aircraft, rocket, which will be useful. So Brahma Vidya is pure science of Atma Jnana. Who am I? Yoga Shastra is application. So Purna Yoga is Jnana Yoga and Yoga is Kriya Yoga we are discussing. Jnana Yoga will have set up processes questioning various understanding of our life. That's called Atma Darshana Prakriya. Prakriya means it's an inquiry process. Who am I is one inquiry. What is this world is an inquiry. What is Satya, what is Mithya is one inquiry. Like that, it involves a set of prakriyas. And yoga involves Atma Darshana Kriya, a set of practices based on breathing and energy. So Purna Yoga, Purnatva, the Purna part of this thing, to tell you that you are already Brahman. To realize that you are already Brahman, the teaching is required, Nana. Then Prakriyas are required. So that is Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidananda Atma, Shivanam Nane, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness, Shivaswarupi. So that is called transcendent reality, beyond sense organs. And Yoga Shastra is the immanent reality, manifest reality. In that manifest reality, to see one in all. So Nirguna Brahma and Saguna Brahma, which is actually the effect of I am, who am I, is peace. Effect of the immanent realization is bliss and pure love, the inner and outer. So this is Purnatva is about awareness, Shiva, and yoga is about energy, Shakti. Purnatva involves clarity of the intellect. Yoga involves purity of the heart, subconscious impressions, Chitta Shuddhi. So Purna means no mind, transcending the mind, which is actually called Nana. Yoga means Yogaha Chitta Prati Nirodha, silence or stillness of the mind. Purnatva is Manonasha, destruction of ignorance of the mind. Yoga is about Manolaya, silencing of the mind. Purnatva leads to Nirvikalpa Dnana, I am pure awareness. Yoga leads to Nirvikalpa Samadhi, stillness of the mind. This is what is called Purna Yoga. I just want to offer respects to my spiritual masters. On the left-hand side is Sri Malladihari Swami. Under his guidance, Sri Shennai taught me various yogic practices in my childhood. On the right side, which is actually yoga, I learned from the lineage of Malladihari Swami and my yoga master, Sri Shennai. And right side is Puttur Ajja, Gnani. He taught me the process of self-inquiry, Prakriya. The Kriya comes from the yoga background, Prakriya comes from the Jnana background. For this Yoga Shastra, the Kriya, Subramanya is the Adidevata. The 6 phases of Subramanya represents 6 chakras and energy. Offer deep respects to the spiritual masters. Akanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru is all pervading reality. Guru is the one who teaches Tattvamasi. You are that. So Purna Yoga, Atma Darshana Kriya involves 3 levels. Level 1 is what you are going through now. This level 1, I'll conduct 3 sessions, 1 hour each, 3 months. I'll give some basic practices. This practice you can do for 20 minutes per day. Those who are interested in teachers training, I can train them to teach so that they can teach level 1 to others. So there are some kriyas, practices I'll teach in this level 1. There are certain prakriyas like self-knowledge talks, Bhagavad Gita summary. These are available to you online in the in our website. You can take them, do a self-study, or you can join for a group study. So prakriyas is not what I'm going to take up. I may conduct some prakriya classes during alternate Sundays. Those who are interested can join, but Kriya is this much only. So everybody will get a certificate after completion. So this will go over 3 months. Level 2, this you have to practice for some couple of months before you can take up level 2. Level 2 practices you have to do 30 minutes per day. It involves Atmasana Kriya level 2, healing of 7 chakras. It's 7 sessions. 7 intermediate practices are given. Teacher trainings for those who are interested. The prakriyas called Atma Vichara talks are available for self-study or group study. Finally, level 3 of Atmasana Kriya program involves certain advanced practices for transcending 5 koshas, 7 light bodies. It's 7 hours, which means 7 months. Advanced practices, healing, manifestation of dreams, teachers training for those who are interested. Prakriyas optional study is Vedanta. So this is the overall structure of level 1, level 2, level 3 of Atmadarshana Kriya program. It will take time. First level 1 is 3 months, 1 hour per month. So you can complete in 3 months. And all the teachings, all the recordings are available to you in our website. So one warning for all of you, one disclaimer, or I would say, if you have any difficult situation, psychological or physical, major physical, please consult your doctor before you undertake any of the practices. Light of Self Foundation is providing this course of Atmasana Kriya free of charge as a service to our masters. Light of Self Foundation is not liable for any unintended consequence. Please consult your doctor if you have any challenges and difficulties. So first, let me tell you one thing, is something called Paravastha. Any practice involves, anything involves a spiritual practice, maybe a certain breathing or whatever that. That's called Kriya, which involves action. So action is always followed by sitting silently. It's called Paravastha. So every Kriya will end up with a Paravastha. In the Paravastha, the energy gets absorbed in the body and mind. So there's a healing happens in the Paravastha. So every Kriya will be followed by Paravastha. So that is already any Kriya you do, sit silently for some time to absorb the energy, called Paravastha. So let me take up the first practice today, called Third Eye Meditation Kriya. We have 3 brains. The brains are, our nervous system consists of 3 brains. The spinal cord comes from the reptilians, lizards, snakes. It's an evolutionary product, still there with us. It is for survival and aggression. The mammalian brain or animal brain is slightly intermediate brain, which involves limbic system, emotions. That's also there. The human brain is a higher thinking brain, reasoning, logic. So that's the latest addition. We have a combination of 3 brains. The entire spiritual challenge is from reptilian brain to mammalian brain to human brain to evolve into a divine brain. Develop higher level of awareness from these 3 low levels of brains. We have what we call as our true self, myself, as 3 levels of ability: the instinct, the intellect, and intuition. Instinct comes from the animal life, the lower brain, reptilian brain, fight or flight, survival. For example, a donkey, if you go behind a donkey, donkey will kick. It will not think. Its instinct is to kick to survive. A human, next level comes to human intellect, ability to reason. What should I do? What should I not do? The spiritual realization is the opening of the intuition, the higher level intuition. It's not about telepathy or supernatural powers. The intuition is the ability to understand deeper aspects of life about self and the world. So the spirituality is nothing but development of pure intellect and intuition. We have two brains, left brain and right brain. Left brain is logic, science and technology. Right brain is about emotions, the whole body, the control of the body, imagination. Our reasoning of the left brain and emotions of the right brain have to be balanced. This actually is shown by the third eye of Shiva, a balance between the left brain and right brain. So third eye of Shiva represents not a physical eye, but intuition opening up from instinct to intellect to intuition. So let us do this third eye meditation practice. For this, we have to look at 2 points, look at a point in between two eyes. It's called Bhrumadhya Netra. That's where we put the kumkum, just above the nose. Our two eyes, we have 2 ears, 2 nostrils. All these are presenting a dualistic world to us, duality in the world. When 2 eyes see 1 point, the left eye and right eye see 1 point, the duality is replaced by unity, oneness. So in that oneness, gradually, there's a left brain and right brain start integrating. An intuition starts developing. That is the meaning of Shiva's third eye. So this point, when you gaze, there's a deeper inside the brain, the gland called pineal gland is there, which is responsible for our higher consciousness. So that slowly starts opening up. So let's do third eye meditation, which involves step number 1, balancing of energy. Step number 2, holding of attention between the 2 eyebrows. This holding of the 2 attention between 2 eyebrows is called Shambhavi Mudra. Step number 3 is mentally chanting Om Shanti, I am peace. Step number 4 is Paravastha. The purpose is to integrate 3 aspects of personality. The head, which is logic, reasoning, heart, which is emotions, and hands, which is volition, karma. So these 3 should gradually integrate. So the benefit of third eye meditation is peace, silence, intuition, and control over emotions. Now, I'll guide you step by step to do third eye meditation. This point between 2 eyebrows, where you put kumkum, you should look up slightly. Both eyes should gradually, without hurting, you should look at that point. Okay, so that's called Shambhavi Mudra. First, let us balance our energy. The energy in the body, left part of the body and right part of the body, there's the energy. The left nostril, breathe, provides the energy for the right part of the body. Right nostril provides for the left nostril, left part of the body. When you check up our breath, just check up your breath like this. Is there a balance or imbalance? So first step of third eye meditation is balancing the breath so that the energy supplied to both the parts of the body, the brain, is balanced. How do you do that? Hold your hand like this. This is called Mragi Mudra. Okay. Mragi means deer. So the mind is the deer. The mind has to be controlled. So this sends a signal to the brain that I'm mastering the mind. So the thumb should be touching the right side and these two fingers should be touching the left side. Don't press hard. Gently, you have to touch. So first, let us clear the left nostril and right nostril. I'll show you how. Breathe out, left, breathe out from left, breathe out from right. Do it a couple of times so that your nostril is clear. Again, for instruction purpose, I'll do it again. Left nostril, right nostril. So this is nostril clearing. Now, let us do a breath. This is called Anuloma Viloma. Close your right nostril gently. Breathe in slowly and deeply. Close your right nostril. So first you start with left nostril. Close your right nostril. Breathe out. Slowly, gently. No hurry. Very slow. Right nostril. Breathe out slowly, gently. Breathe in again from right nostril. Breathe out from left nostril. This you do one round 5 times. Slowly. Left nostril breathe out. Left nostril breathe in. Right nostril breathe out. Right nostril breathe in. Left nostril breathe out. Breathe in. Right nostril breathe out. Breathe in. Slowly 5 times. Fully aware of breath as it enters throat and lungs. Right side, breathe out gently, slowly. Right side, breathe in gently, slowly. Left side, breathe out. Left side, breathe in. Slowly. Right side, breathe out. Right side, breathe in. Left side, breathe out. Left side, breathe in. Right side, breathe out. Right side, breathe in. Left side, breathe out. Stop. Now check your nostrils, both nostrils, left nostril and right nostril. Is the breath balanced in both? When the breath balanced in both, the energy in the body gets balanced. Left side of brain, right side brain, the masculine and feminine aspects get balanced. Rational part, emotional part gets balanced. They say equanimity. So now take your eyes to this point called Shambhavi Mudra. Gently gaze without hurting. You start feeling a small pull there, gentle pull there. Be aware of that point. When you take your attention there, there's an energy movement. Be aware of the energy movement. The mind becomes silent. Mentally chant, Om Shanti. I am peace. My nature is peace. Don't have to keep on repeating. Only when thoughts come, you can say, Om Shanti. My nature is peace. I am peace. You can start, you may feel a pull of energy at that point. Stay there. Energy in the left brain and right brain gets balanced. The mind becomes peaceful. Om Shanti. I am peace. Gentle breath. There should be no strain in the eyes. Both eyes look at the same point. Now just relax. Stop looking at the third eye point. Sit in Paravastha. Relax. Feel the peace, silence. Let the energy in the body settle down in Paravastha. Gently observe the energy movements inside the body, inside the legs, stomach, chest, and head. Let the energy settle down. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Lokaha Samastaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Rub both of your hands and give warmth to the eyes. Slowly open your eyes. So this will help you to balance the energy in the body, balance rational thinking and emotional life. Left brain and right brain gets balanced. Thoughts will reduce and gradually intuition will develop. This is called third eye meditation practice, third eye meditation kriya. Any questions are there? I'll answer at the end. So let us take up the second practice today. The second practice. Please type your questions so that I can answer later. The second practice is called Pranava Kriya. So Pranava Kriya, Pranava means Omkara. The entire course of Atmashana Kriya is based on Pranava, Omkara. So several ways of meditating based on Pranava I am going to teach. So Pranava Kriya for connecting to the higher self is the next practice. We have three selves. What I call as myself. There's a lower self. There's a middle self and the higher self. Higher self we call as God. The lower self I call it as emotions, feelings, instincts, all subconscious impressions, all memories, impressions, vasanas, which will keep rising, which causes anger, fear, emotional disturbance. There's a middle self, which is called intellect, buddhi, responsible for conscious mind. It's based on Adna Chakra. It's responsible for reasoning, the clarity. So then there's a higher self. Higher self we call as Atma or Brahman or God. So this practice connects the three selves, the lower self, the middle self, and higher self. Why it's important? For any spiritual practice, we should be the lower self, middle self, and higher self should be all connected together. So this connection is very important for any practice. That's why all our mantras starts with Omkara. Om is the method. Om is the technology for connecting three cells: middle self, lower self, and higher self. So you can think Om is the mobile number. Om is the mobile number. Let's say I want to dial the mobile number. Then I'll connect to you. The Om is the mobile number for our higher self, Atma, Brahman. So Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Om ityekaksharam vyavaharan tyajan deham kalevaram. Just one Omkara is sufficient for us to connect with our higher self. The lower self is emotions, feelings. Higher self is the intellect. We should be integrated. The lower self and higher self should be, middle self should be integrated, and we should connect to the higher self. So for that, the process I will tell. When I say take your attention to the top of the head, your attention should go as if it's about 10 inches or 11 inches just above the head. Imagine your hand is here. Just hold your hand and see, can you take your attention there? About 10 inches. Attention to the hand, the place where hand is. It is like Shiva's matted lock. The Shiva is a lock, matted lock. At the tip of the matted lock, our attention should go. No, eyes don't have to go, just attention. As if you are thinking, looking at that. As if. So that is the location of our higher self at this Sahasrara. So that is a place where energy of the individual and energy of the universal meet. So all of you just locate that point just above your head. Now, the Omkara is just not just a mantra. Omkara is a technology for connecting to higher self. First, when we chant Akara, there's a vibration in our stomach. Start chanting from the Nabi, the navel center. Let the vibrations start from navel center and go all the way up to Adna, the forehead center. In the Adna center, you should have a lock. Shambhavi Mudra you should have. When you chant Akara, the navel center will get connected to Adna, the forehead center. The lower self gets connected to higher self, middle self. Then the stomach area, the navel area is our energy center. The Kriya Shakti. Then Ukara you chant from the heart area. When you chant Ukara, ooh, the vibration should go up to Adna. So now the emotion center gets connected to our intellect center, middle self. Then, so what is the question? Shambhavi Mudra. I told you the Shambhavi Mudra is when you look at your eyes, two eyes should look at this point midway between 2 points where kumkum you are keeping, right? They lock the eyes to that point. The first meditation, third eye meditation, I did that. Okay. So now Makara, you chant Makara from the forehead center. Then chant Omkara. Let the Omkara vibration rise above the head, go about 10 inches and connect to the higher self. When you connect to higher self or God, first offer respects, gratitude, then ask for guidance. So after that, sit in Paravastha, where you can absorb the energy, divine energy flowing through that top of the head into the Adna, into the heart center. So this is where grace starts flowing into our life. Grace, love, divine love. Now, what is the importance here? See, we chant mantra, we chant japa and all. But when we chant mantra and japa, Our head and heart are not in sync. The head and heart has to be connected energetically to the higher self, energy. So that is the Omkara. You can a direct connection to higher self through energy. Omkara is a technology, is equal to a mobile number for higher self, Atma. We are always Atma, but since we feel separate from Atma, the Omkara will connect to that higher self. So I'll guide step by step now through the process. Step number 1, balance the energy in the left nostril and right nostril. Any practice should have balance of energy in the left nostril and right nostril. So let's do quickly 3 times. Clean the nose, left nostril, right nostril. Now, 1 round, Anuloma Viloma, left nostril breathe in, right nostril breathe out, right nostril breathe in, left nostril breathe out. Just for a quick demo. Later you can do longer. Slowly breathe out through left nostril. Breathe in through left nostril. Breathe out through right nostril, slow, gently. Breathe in through right nostril. Breathe out through left nostril. Check the balance of breath in left and right. Now, hold your hands, right hand in Chin Mudra. This is Dnana Mudra. So Dnana Mudra means I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. These 3 fingers represent I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. This finger represents I am one with the higher self. Jivatma is one with Paramatma. Basically, this mudra represents Nanu, Nanembudu Nanalla, Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla, Sachidananda Atma Shivananu Nane, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness. Jivatma is one with Paramatma. So now, right hand should be facing upwards and left hand same mudra facing downwards. So basically, we are receiving the grace and passing on the grace to the lower self, the intellect and the mind. So there's a purification happens. Right hand with palms up, keep it on thighs. Left hand with palms down, keep it on the left thigh. So now take your both eyes to the middle, eyebrow center. Shambhavi Mudra. Close your eyes. Gently look at that Shambhavi third eye posture. Now let us chant Akara. The earth should vibrate from the Nabhi or navel center. The vibration should go spread throughout the body and vibration should go to our forehead center, Adna. Let us start 3 times. Again 3 times. Again 3 times. Our energy center is connected to our middle self, intellect. Feel the vibration inside your body. Now, let us chant Ukara from the chest area. Chest is our emotional center. When you chant Ukara, there's a deep purification of emotion happens. Emotional stress, anger, fear starts coming down. Let the Ukara vibrate in chest area, spreading love throughout the body. And the Ukara vibration, let it connect to Ajna Chakra. Your eyes should be locked in Shambhavi Mudra. Ooh. 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 Become aware of the forehead center. Let us chant Makara. Let that Makara vibrate throughout your brain and nervous system. Eyes in Shambhavi Mudra. Mm. Mm. Let the whole brain and nervous system vibrate with the Makara. Mm. Mm. Now we'll chant Omkara, starting from navel area. Om, when we chant, let the vibrations go all the way to the top of the head. Just about 10 inches above the head, let the attention go. Connect to the higher self. The middle self and lower self are connected through Akara, Ukara, Makara. Let us connect to higher self through Omkara. Omkara is the energy connection to the higher self. Om. When you chant Makara, let the energy vibration pass through the head to the top of the head. Gentle awareness at the top of the head. The mind becomes silent. Let the attention be there. There's a connection of the lower self, the middle self to the higher self. Let us offer our prayers to the Lord. I'll repeat the prayer. You can mentally do the prayer, or you can change the prayer according to your needs. But first offer gratitude, respect. O Lord, Bhagavan, Ishvara, Sadguru, we bow down to you. Bless us. Show us the path of spiritual realization. Purify us. Guide us on the path of self-realization and selfless service. Atmano mokshartam jagaditaya. Bless us. Bless our family members. Bless the whole world. Give us the strength, Shakti. Give us the devotion bhakti. Give us the liberation, mukti. Now sit silently in the paravastha. Experience the flow of divine energy, the love and peace through your head, into the face, into the chest, into the whole body. Sit silently and receive the divine energy blessing through the energy connection which is established through Omkar. Feel the peace, divine love, silence, filling up the whole body, calming the mind, healing the body and mind, divine grace, divine love, divine peace. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamuduchyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Nanu Nanembudu Nanalla Ideha Manabuddhi Nanalla Sachidanandatma Shivanamnani Shivoham Shivoham Shivoham. I'm not a body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect, I'm pure consciousness, Shivaswarupi. Atmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Brahmadarshanam Satyadarshanam. To know the self is to know God. To know God is to be God. To be God is to know the truth. Antarjyotihi Bahirjyotihi Pratyak Jyotihi Paratpara Jyotireva Jyotihi Swayam Jyotihi Atma Jyotihi Shivosmiham. I am the light of the self, awareness, Atma Jyoti. I am the light for the world, Jagat Jyoti. I am the light for the mind, light beyond all lights, Paran Jyoti. Light of love, light of compassion, light of wisdom, light of peace. Lokaha samastaha Sukino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha Sukino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha Sukino bhavantu. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Gently rub both of your hands. Give warmth to the eyes. Slowly open your eyes. Mute, unmute. You've given two practices today, Pranava Kriya and third eye meditation. Practice this. 20 minutes practice per day is sufficient. Next 1 month, practice it. Then I'll give next level of practice. Anybody has any questions? You can ask. Now the unmute is done. So there are some questions which are there in chat. I'll answer first. The first question is, what is the mudra for hand during third eye meditation? So mudra for hand in meditation is Jnana mudra. Both sides up. When you are sitting like this, I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect. I'm pure consciousness. That's the Jnana mudra. Nanu nanembudu nanalla, ideha manabuddhi nanalla, Sachidanandatma Shivanam nane, Shivoham, Shivoham. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not the intellect. 3 hands, 3 fingers. I am one with the Jivatma, one with Paramatma. This is Jnana mudra. So this should be there, kept on the thighs. So then, next question. For Shambhavi is not a Kriya. Shambhavi is a lock. The question is, can you clarify what mudra our hand should be for Shambhavi Kriya? Shambhavi Kriya, there's no mudra. Shambhavi Kriya is the eyes are locked here. The Shambhavi Kriya is the eyes locking. But mudra for third eye meditation is this. Shambhavi is just one practice. But Shambhavi is not a meditation. Third eye meditation, you put Shambhavi mudra first. For any meditation in future, Shambhavi mudra is just like your hand mudra, Shambhavi Kriya is one practice, basic practice. So then there's a question, how to gaze third eye point. So there's a question, how to gaze the third eye point. See, you put a bindi or tikka here, right? Just put a bindi or tikka. With eyes open, just try to see that. Then close your eyes. So that is the reason in earlier days, we are asked to put bindi or kumkum or tikka here. A very simple. Just take a bindi, just see, we are putting a bindi here. Just try to look like this and close your eyes. That's the answer for Venkatesh Ji's question. For how many minutes we have to do this third eye meditation kriya? See, these two kriyas together, you can do for 20 to 30 minutes. It's up to you. See, you should enjoy it. You feel peaceful, try to do more. But ultimately, it's available time to you. 20 minutes is recommended time for these kriyas. Can you keep our hand facing up on the lap during paravastha and during second eye? So can we keep our hand up in a paravastha? In a paravastha, you can just relax. Your hands can be like this or your hand can be like this. Just relax. Paravastha is just relax and receive the energy. There's no mudra in paravastha. And during third eye meditation, both hands in the chin mudra. So the next question is, there's somebody's Vasanta Lakshmi saying, Gurudeva, it was difficult to come out from step number 2. Which step number 2 is Jyoti Ji, Jyoti MV? Jyoti MV is asking question. It's difficult to come out from step number 2. What is step number 2? Jyoti, which step is this?
Gurudev, that third eye in between. Step 2 we were doing now. I was not feeling like coming out of that. Sensation was there, a lot sensation was there in between the eyebrows.
If you don't feel like this, you're comfortable. That's what you're saying, no? You're enjoying, right?
Yeah, really.
Enjoy.
I'm not able to come out at all.
Enjoy. Okay, that's the energy. Third eye gradually opens up. That's the intuition opens up. That's Shiva's third eye.
Okay. So each 20 minutes can we do, Gurudev?
It's up to time available to you, my dear. Right? Okay. I don't know how much time is available to you.
So let's morning at times.
Yeah, what morning. I'm saying, ultimately, different people have different timing. No, one meditation you can do 20 minutes today, another meditation you can do 20 minutes tomorrow. Right? So 20 minutes is the time for meditation.
Okay.
Thanks
a lot, Gurudev.
So ideal 2 times to do this practice. Is it preferable to do after taking bath? Once or 2 times a day. Next question. See, definitely for meditation, you need a comfortable body. Okay. Taking bath makes you feel good. You sit for puja. At that time, you can do. Right. And also, your stomach should not be, you should not eat anything before meditation. Otherwise, instead of meditation, you will be
sleeping.
So if you want to do once or 2 times a day, it's up to time available to you. You can do more times. Nothing stops, no harm. It's all beneficial.
Thank you, Gurudev.
And do you do more duration? There's no problem.
Thank you, Gurudev.
Right. So then there is a next question. Each one, one meditation is 20 minutes. Somebody is asking, each meditation should be 20 minutes. So there's next question from Biplav Bose. Sri Ramana Maharshi said, deep dive in the mind and try to find yourself. So if I am not the mind, how diving deep in the mind will reveal itself. So Biplav sir, you are there? Biplav?
Yes, sir.
So Biplav, this is the Kriya practice, okay? This is the practice, not diving into the mind, but making the mind silent. Right? So there are 2 practices, right? Kriya and Prakriya. I told you 2 different things, right?
Yes.
So Prakriya is called Jnana, awareness practice. Kriya is Shakti practice. In the Kriya, we will make the mind silent and more silent and peaceful.
Okay.
In Prakriya, we will inquire, who am I? Go deeper and remove the mind or get rid of the mind.
Okay.
Right? These are 2 different practices. We should not mix these 2. Once you become mature, you can mix these 2. But otherwise, Kriya means making the mind silent and peaceful.
Okay, got it.
Right? So the Prakriya practices are separate. I have given so many Prakriya practices in the website. When you go to a website, you will find Prakriya practices. Nididhyasa is a Prakriya practice. Who am I is a Prakriya practice. Okay. So when I conduct the class, when I do the next class, which is actually every alternate week day, I'll do one class. That time Prakriya questions you can ask.
Okay. Got it, Prabhuji.
Right.
Thank you.
So Prabhuji, can we do meditation in the evening? Of course you can do meditation. See, there's no time for meditation. Right? See, we don't ask the question, can I have a cup of coffee or can I smoke? But we ask the question, should I meditate? Can I do meditation? Meditation is making the mind peaceful. We can do any time, but preferably after taking the bath, without taking the food, it is good. Next question. I have back pain, Prabhuji. I can't sit for more than 15 minutes. How to sit? Is Sukhasana or any other way? So this question, tell me a question. See, I have back pain. How to sit? I'll show you one cushion way of sitting. So when you sit, you have to have a cushion which slightly elevates your bottom. So then what will happen? Your back stress will come down. For example, see this cushion. When you sit, your leg should be down. So then what will happen? This part of the cushion. Okay, when
you sit over here,
So it is like this. This is the place for sitting, and this is the place for keeping your legs. When you sit like this, slightly sit in the front so that your spinal cord will be straight. Then there will be less strain on the spinal cord. So if you don't have cushion, what you can do, you can use a pillow or you can use a towel so that you lift your bottom and your leg should be, you should be sitting slightly slantly so that spinal cord is straight. Then the less strain on the spinal cord, you can sit for longer time. And also there's a meditation seat. The seat for meditation like this, which gives a backrest also. Okay, this is a portable sheet. So you can try to use these 2 things. Or if you are comfortable, sit on a chair with the back straight, do the meditation. Does it answer the question, Parvati ji?
Yes, Guruji.
Okay. You can sit on the chair and do meditation also.
In a chair, we can't sit in Padmasana, no?
No, you keep the leg on the ground. Okay.
Okay.
See, ultimately, it is a comfort of your body so that you don't pain and sit longer is important.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. So then next question.
Where we can get Guruji? Where we can get this seat, Guruji?
You can get in Amazon. I can post it in that Dhyana Jyoti group.
Okay. Okay.
Can we do pranava meditation before sleep? Right now, before sleep, don't do pranava meditation. Okay. So give a gap of 2 hours before pranava meditation because it will change the energy in the body. It will make you more aware. Before sleep, don't do meditation. What is required for sleep meditation? I'll tell in the days to come. Is that okay, Shailaji?
Okay, Guruji. Okay.
Rashmi to your okay. Okay, so now the questions from text box are complete. Anybody has any other questions, please?
Prabhuji?
Yes, Namit.
Prabhuji, what is intuition?
See, reasoning, instinct means you have 3 things you have to understand: instinct, intellect, and intuition. Okay.
Okay.
So when you go behind a donkey will kick you. Correct?
Yeah.
It's a program. Donkey cannot change the program. Donkey cannot decide that I can't kick you. Correct?
Yeah.
If you go behind, donkey will kick you. It's called instinct. It's a program, animal behavior.
Okay.
Intellect is ability to decide. So if somebody shouts at you, Namit may decide, okay, I'll shout back at him or I'll keep quiet. You have ability to make a decision. Reasoning, right? That's called intellect. Intuition means understanding life in depth. So that comes when our mind is very calm, very peaceful. So then we see all this is Brahman, all this is God. Brahma, Satya, Jagan, Mithya, all Vedantic teachings become very, very clear in that intuition. Now the intellect has become pure. The emotions have come down. Then what will happen? You see the truth, you experience the truth, you understand the truth very clearly.
Okay.
Understand?
So, Prabhuji, intuition is understanding the life in depth.
Understanding what?
Understanding the life in depth.
No, not life and death. Understanding anything in depth.
Okay, anything. Okay.
Yeah, anything in depth, especially Vedanta teachings, right? Logically you can understand. It's more than logic. Then you get, so Brahma, Satya, Jagan, Mithya, if somebody says, you can understand. But finally, oh, this is the real meaning, the clarity.
Prabhuji, you told understanding anything in depth. So can it also be something in science?
Yes, when Einstein discovers E is equal to mc square, finally it's intuition.
Okay.
Right? When breakthrough in science is the intuition only.
Okay, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, and in the evening, can we do it before snacks, the meditation?
What?
The meditation which you told, you told before having food, it would be good. So can we have it before snacks?
Yes, you can do that. Basically, if you eat, stomach is full, you sleep. That's all.
Yeah.
Don't sleep.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So there is somebody asked, what is the qualification for teacher training? So the qualification for teacher, after 3 classes, I will ask anybody who is interested in teacher training. Those who are interested in teacher training, I will take them separately and give additional classes for teacher training. They can take the level 1 classes. Is that answer clear to somebody who asked the question on teacher training? Okay. Anybody else, any questions?
Guruji.
Yes.
Guruji, please repeat Makara, Guruji.
I mean, I have to repeat Makara, you will repeat Makara.
No. I want to know, let us chant Omkara. Energy center will connect to middle center. Let us chant Ukara, emotional, anger, fear. That's all. Makara.
No. Makara is, your eyes are here, no? When you chant Makara, the brain and nervous system will vibrate. It's the intellect center, intelligence, buddhi. right? Just say makara. What happens now? The brain should vibrate, no? Then
yeah,
head.
Yeah,
right? It's a buddhi, higher middle self.
Oh, yes, okay. Guruji. Yes.
Yeah. So anybody else?
Guruji, do we need to hold the breath while balancing the left nostril and the right nostril?
No. There's no holding of the breath at all. Right? It is slow, deep, slow, breathe out.
Okay.
Okay. Understand? So the question is asked is that can we get this meditation session? Yes, this video will be available to you in the WhatsApp link or in the WordPress. It will be available to you. Whatever classes are there, it's available to you. And in the WordPress, there will be many more reference material will be given to you for Kriya and Prakriya. Is okay?
Guruji, namaste.
Namaste. Who is speaking?
This is Rangnath here.
Yes, Rangnath.
Yeah, every time I get connected or I'm in the third eye meditation or in the Shambhavi Mudra, what happens is the neck automatically is tilted.
Tilted backwards?
Yeah, tilted backwards.
Okay.
Then I'm getting pain in the neck because of that thing there.
No, tilted is
becoming unfamiliar.
Tilted unconsciously or you purposely tilted?
No, unconsciously. It goes automatically. The moment I start focusing here, then it goes start going back.
No, then you put some back, no. Sit against the chair or something which is height. Neck support is neck, doesn't give allow it to bend.
Okay.
Right? Basically sit against some wall or something where there's no bending.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I hope this session was useful to all of you. Was this too fast or was it comfortable?
No, Prabhuji, it was a
wonderful session, Guruji.
It was very, very wonderful, Prabhuji.
Wonderful,
really
wonderful,
can't
Guruji.
express how well you have taught this. I have never experienced such I mean, meditation, whatever we went through now, I think it was very real. We could feel the sensation was like so real. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Eternally grateful.
So practice this for 1 month, then I'll teach you the next technique. Okay, I can't give too many techniques one time. I have to make it slowly, make you understand.
Sure, Guruji, sure.
Okay.
Wonderful session, Guruji. Thank you very much.
So shall we close for the day? And next month. Okay, next Sunday, next Sunday, I will have one open house session. At that time, I'll describe some prakriyas. Who are my prakriyas? Those who are interested can join.
Prabhuji?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Thanks, Prabhuji.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಗುರುಜಿ ನಮಸ್ತೆ
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Guruji.
Hari Om,
Hari Om.
Guruji.
ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ.